Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Finding Fertility podcast. I'm Monica, your mentor in uncovering the hidden layers of your fertility journey. Together, we'll discover the right path for you within the 6 essential steps to creating the family of your dreams. We'll ditch the overwhelm, tune into your intuition, and build a vibrant foundation for your fertility. Whether it's through gut health, subconscious healing, or energetic alignment, you can unlock your body's natural power to get and stay pregnant. Your fertility journey is all about radical responsibility and deeply believing that your body is on your side. It's time to stay consistent, embrace trust, surrender, and create the transformation you deserve. Finding Fertility does not diagnose, prescribe, or treat any fertility issues. What we do is empower you to take control of your health by uncovering the root causes holding you back. Let's do this together. Happy Friday, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Finding Fertility. I'm your host, Monica Cox, and I am so honored you are here with me, becoming the conscious mama you were born to be. In today's episode, it's tender, it's bold, it's real, because we are diving into truth number 9, scattered priorities during fertility struggles, IVF, the journey. It's the sneaky way that we think we've slowed down, but the truth is we're still sprinting on the inside. If you guys have not read this week's number 9 truth over on the blog or Substack, please go read it. Mabel actually has one of the most beautiful dreams she can have, meeting her soul baby and really coming into alignment with, stepping out and really getting into what truly matters in this journey. And yes, everyone's journey is different, right? We're going to have different priorities, but the magic in this portion of the series is that you truly see Mabel making a concrete choice to start moving differently, because she got really radically honest with herself and she knew she felt off. She knew she was running those old patterns that just keep creeping in there, because that's what your nervous system is wired to do. And even though we're shifting energy, we're changing emotions, we're doing all these things, we have to continuously show up for ourselves in a different way, in alignment, in coherence, to rewire those neurons, right? Going back to the scientific part, the neurons that fire wire together, and that only happens with consistency. Okay, so here are some 3 hard truths that you might completely resonate with. Calm isn't clarity if you're still performing inside. You can quit the hustle and still be the hustler. And most of us are doing exactly that. We're not running around anymore, but we're still trying to earn our dream. You don't need another plan. You need presence. This is something that I actually see in one of my one-to-one clients, is that she's so far into the future that the distortion of the reality she is trying to create. Well, okay, let me say it this way. This is a better way to say it. The reality she's trying to create, because she's so far off in the future, is getting distorted because she's not even close to being present. Your baby, remember, is not waiting for perfection. Your baby is waiting for you to stop abandoning yourself in the name of productivity. And once again, this is not about perfection. This isn't about doing everything right. It's about becoming someone who doesn't have to prove she's worthy. And remember, this isn't about doing everything right. It's about becoming someone who doesn't need to prove she's worthy of having the things she desires most. It's all about embodying the energy now that you want to raise your future baby in. And that's the shift that's going to change everything for you. So, as you let this land, I want you to find a quiet moment and listen to yourself, to the answers that come up in your body, in your thoughts, in your feelings when I ask you these questions, okay? I want you to let them echo in your field. Am I still trying to earn the very thing I'm already worthy of? Whether it's through strict protocols or being perfectly surrendered. Yes, even that's a performance sometimes. Where are you still trying to prove yourself? What would it look like to mother myself in the way I dream of mothering my child? Because if you wouldn't want your baby to live in guilt, overfunctioning, self abandonment, why are you still doing that to yourself? And which part of my daily routine are truly aligned, and which parts are still rooted in fear? This came up in, oh man, when I first launched the Dreams program and was in group coaching sessions. I had a client, and I know you're going to relate to this, taking so many supplements. And she had the realization that over half of them were a fear-based kind of protocol. Well, if I stop taking this supplement, what if that was the one supplement that was going to do the trick? I can hand on heart tell you that that one supplement isn't going to be the tipping point. it One supplements just don't work like that. They're not like medication where if you don't take them for a day or two, they don't quote unquote work. And your body doesn't need the perfect supplement regime every single day anyways. Medication is different, especially let's say thyroid medication. You miss a day or two of your thyroid medication, you are gonna feel that. They're completely different. So let's be honest, some of our even our healthy habits, um, it might be keeping you stuck and you're coming from lack. And that's not the energy we are now going to be moving forward in. And remember, I know sometimes I can be really triggering because that's, I feel like what I've been put on this earth to do is to be that mirror, that reflection. And when those strong emotions come up, instead of blaming someone else, okay, blame me, is really looking in to your inner self and going, okay, what is that exposing? Because the reality is, I'm not saying anything hurtful. I'm not saying anything mean. And this is the same on the internet, right? When you see something that's so triggering to you, unless someone is like literally being an asshole, um, look at what that's trying to show you. What is that bringing up? Because this is all about liberation. This is where the radical responsibility is a game changer. If you can really take those moments of heated elevation, whether it be anger, sadness, annoyance, frustration, and take a really good inner look to understand where that's coming from. And once again, it's not like, oh, I was angry, so I need to go do like a 5 hour meditation. No, like sometimes, right? Like I've had anger in my life in the last year that took weeks to get through because it was so deep and such a big thing. Where there's other times I've seen my anger and I've been like, oh, okay, well, that's like literally a story I've just made up in my head. Thank you for trying to keep me safe, nervous system. Copy, delete. And like move on with the day. So once you have this ability to radically show up for yourself and what is moving, what frequencies, what emotions, what old patterns are there, that's how you are going to get into that coherence, into that alignment. And the only way to do that is consistently show up for yourself. And on another note with that, when you continuously do that, that's when you're starting to match the frequency where your dreams can actually become your reality. So I hope that this has sparked a little fire that you can work with. And if you are realizing that even in the midst of all the chaos going on, all the not enoughness energy, I've got to do everything perfectly, that you can start piece by piece creating that new reality for yourself. Because in next week's episode, truth number 10, comfort in the chaos, here's the big kicker. Sometimes we've been in survival mode for so long, even before our fertility journey, because remember, you are only running the same programs that you were running before fertility kicked in. And so becoming or going into a place of peace actually feels terrifying. It feels uncomfortable. It was actually this morning. I try to watch the sunrise every morning if it fits into my schedule. And I had this thought to myself that no one prepares you for the mundaneness when you have it all figured out. Now, that's not me saying that I've figured life out and now I just get to move with ease. Absolutely not. I'm still living a human experience. I'm still going to be working through my own BS and BS that comes up and world events and all that kind of stuff. But there, right now, in my reality, there is not another piece of knowledge I need to collect to be the person that I want to be. Now, that might change in the future, but right now, and for someone who it was, we're going to use past tense here, was so type A, so in search of knowledge, so seeking my worth of doing, that is just boring and not fun. And if you're reading this series, I think it was this week where Mabel sat underneath the tree. Sometimes they blend together, but I do now take myself out. I have many gorgeous trees here in Hawaii that I can sit underneath. But there's this one that every time I walk by it, I was like, man, that looks like the perfect just sit underneath me tree. It has like this trunk that kind of is like at an angle so you can lounge on this tree and like put your like back of your head and just feel so supported. And after I wrote that piece, I was like, that's it. That's your sign. That's your sign to start moving and go sit underneath that tree, even if it's just for 10 minutes at the moment, and not distract yourself. No phone, no listening to a podcast, nothing. Because, like I just say, I don't need any more information right now. I need to live what I know and actually show up for myself day after day after day. And that every day is going to look differently, right? Because I'm not searching for perfection, but that constant coherence and that consistency is has already gotten, like, I can't even say it's going to get me to where I want to go. I'm already there. Like I literally feel it in my bones, even though let's say there's parts of my life that physically aren't exactly where I want it to be. But I'm so okay with that because I know it's coming. And I was actually saying this to a friend, or maybe I said it on the podcast. I don't know. Sometimes I have way too many conversations. Um, that it's easy for me to sit here and tell you guys with full body knowledge that your dreams are already on their way, that your baby is already coming. Because I've already lived that experience, and that's what I am. I'm an expander for you guys to really deeply get rooted in that. And I was saying, it's interesting to now have the conscious knowledge to articulate this stuff and be moving into that deep surrender, coherence, and even the like divine alignment, right? Not what necessarily I want, but what's divine for me. And having to be the observer of myself during that time as I know it's coming and still show up in the present physical life that I'm living with, like, just concrete, like, no, I know. and feeling my time of the now, being present with joy, love, laughter, good food. I go to the sauna to detox from all the freaking chemicals we're always exposed to, doing those physical things, but from a place of pure enjoyment. So I hope that you really take that and you really start resonating with that frequency, that it's here, it's coming. I mean, it's come, it's already happened. I'm just getting in alignment. So next week we are going to talk about comfort in the chaos, and how when you start really taking that radical action of not living in the chaos anymore, it can feel really terrifying. And you are going to be radically honest with yourself, because I know your brain is going to play little tricks on you, like, quick, let's obsess about something. Let's make a new plan. Let's research the 37th best prenatal. Before my father came to live with us, I was seeing this repeating pattern in the clients that I was attracting, and I love them all. Do not get me wrong, but they had and you'll probably resonate with this yourself, and I know I did this myself, is that, like, I would say, like, here's the action plan. You don't have to do it all. Find what resonates with you. And we would get on a good action plan. And then, like, a month later, they'd be like, oh, I found this new specialist that specializes in, I don't know, let's say like SIBO. And then I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And, like, oh, they said your plan was really good, but they're going to, like, add on A, B, and C. And, I am up for collaboration. I am up for, making sure that you have your team in place, but you have to also recognize when you're having those squirrel moments, because when you are addicted to the chaos and the drama and the fixing and the science and all that, sometimes when you know, I don't want to say, like, oh my God, my plans are perfect, but, like, let's just go there. I've got you. I've put you in this. I've got you, right? Like, I have done my due diligence to get you on the path right now that you need to be on. You just got to be there for 3 months. And sometimes it gets way too scary. And like I said, we have those squirrel moments. I'm raising both of my hands because I have been there. So when your nervous system is addicted to that chaos, the stillness and just being like, man, I've got this. Okay, I feel good in this. That actually feels dangerous. So next week, we're exploring what happens when there's nothing left to fix and how to receive instead of chasing. We're going to talk about rewiring safety, choosing rest without guilt, and learning to let go of things without inventing a new problem to solve. So please, please, please come back next week for the final installment of the 10 Truths with Monique, Monica, and Mabel. And remember, your baby does not need you to be perfect. They need you to be present. You're not chasing anymore. You are receiving, and you are becoming that energy that your baby is willing for you, is rooting so hard for you. So thank you once again for being with me here on Finding Fertility. Have a beautiful weekend, and we will see you next Friday. Thank you once again for tuning in and becoming the conscious mama you were born to be. Remember, I wasn't some magical unicorn who stumbled into fertility success. I stayed consistent, I put in the work, and I made it happen. And guess what? You can too. And I have something for my loyal podcast listeners, but here's the key. This is only for women who are feeling burnt out, frustrated, and stuck in the cycle of endless research. And you're at a point where you are screaming, I have tried everything. Why isn't this working? This only works for women who are ready to take a radical responsibility for their journey and start listening to their body's innate wisdom, because deep down, you can heal and achieve your ultimate goal. If that's not you yet, that's okay. Not everyone is ready yet to show up with ease, deeply connect to their energy, unlock subconscious patterns, and listen to their body's ability to come into full coherence. But for those who are ready, I'm offering something I only do with my paying clients, and this is a fertility breakthrough session. This is the first thing I do, even before I start really deeply working with someone in a coaching package. It's a deep dive session where we look at exactly where you are right now, what's keeping you stuck, and the easy shifts that can change everything. But fair warning, these sessions are very limited and go fast. So if you're interested in checking out my superpower for uncovering exactly what's been overlooked, jump into one of these free calls. They're deep, they're intuitive, and they're game-changing. The only way you can access this is if you actually personally message me. You can do it on your favorite platform, IG, TikTok, or at my personal email, monica@findingfertility.co. Not .com, because they wanted $3,000 for the M with just one word. And that word is dreams, obviously, DREAMS. And I'll make sure you get that link right away. Remember, this transformation happens when you stay committed to yourself. Trust your body, follow your intuition, make it possible. The links that you need are down below. And if you are still here and you absolutely love this podcast, please take some time and leave me a review and help other women like you find this podcast to get the support they need. Help a sister out. Leave a review today.